Hello everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everyone for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who's listening in the podcast. Today is Sunday, November the 10th, 2024. I had to come here and give you a new episode, a new video regarding this breaking news update regarding the death of a missionary pastor in Angola. Okay, so I came here a couple of days ago and told you guys about Bill Shiver. I said to you guys I mispronounce the name all the time, but he was 44 years old. He moved his family in 2021 to Angola, wife and 4 kids, I believe. 4 kids and his wife, and he was found dead, right? And the shocking thing that happened with this couple over there and the news that's coming out is that everybody questioned why, when he was found dead, they had arrested the wife, right? And I came here and told you guys how concerned I was. Maybe the children shouldn't stay there. They should come and live with family here in the US. And like, what's going on? Like, what is going on that the wife was arrested? And it sounded to me like there was some type of discovery, right? It actually now we have some new update regarding this case. I do apologize if I'm getting a little confused, but it's a lot of information, so just bear with me. Okay, so right now what the Angola police investigation is saying that the wife is actually accused of paying to have her husband killed, and saying that she was the mastermind behind this plot to kill the husband. And let me just tell you something, this is just so heartbreaking, guys. I came here the other day and told you about divorce and how even though I'm not for divorce, nothing like that, I think it's horrible, but there are situations that even with counseling and like praying, like you shouldn't, like, if it's abusive and things like that, and if just killing you on a daily to day, like this commitment, you should pray about it, and sometimes it's better to just divorce. But these days people want to avoid divorce. I don't know, they want to avoid divorce to do something even worse. Okay, and this woman, I'm sure that she's gonna be investigated, that she's gonna probably do interviews, and her family's gonna speak on her behalf. It's probably out of character for her. I think missionaries have a heart of gold, right? They leave the comfort of their home and they go to other countries to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. This family moved to a very unsafe area in Angola with their children since 2021 to build over there, and they bought a property that had to be watched with security guards 24/7. That's how dangerous that place is where they are located over there. And now this wife is accused of paying to have the husband murdered. Like, that is crazy, you guys. Like, what is going on? It's an attack of the enemy. It tells you that we need to be on this daily communication with the Lord. A lot of the times we do things out of routine, and we do things just so that people can, it's a routine. I think a lot of the times we do things out of routine, and someone said we read the Bible because we're told to read the Bible, and completely omitting the relationship that we need to have with Jesus Christ. People who don't have the fear of the Lord are so easily prone to sin, right? And that's why we need to bring back to the churches, to the Christ-believing family, the fear of the Lord, the need for prayer. I mean, Jesus prayed. Imagine how much more we need to pray, the need for fasting and praying. Okay, the enemy is attacking anywhere he can. What a tragic story for this family to leave everything behind here, to commit their life to the Lord, including their children, to move to this country, to be the hands and feet of Jesus. And now the wife is arrested to plotting the murder of her husband, paying $50,000. What a tragic story that is. And people are gonna say, we gotta wait till the investigation is finished. It sounded very odd for me when I read about this story. Out of all people, why would the wife be arrested? If anything, when we hear the missionary got killed, we were like, they need to get out of there. Like, they need to go and get her. She's being falsely accused and this and that. And that could happen too. It could be a false accusation. But there's more details about this story I'm going to tell you guys. It says here, 2 or more suspects has been taken into custody in the death of a missionary working in Africa, in addition to the missionary's wife. B.O. Schroeder, 44, a former Detroit Lakes police officer and real estate agent, was killed in an act of violence on October 25th, according to the hometown church. He had moved to Angola in 2021 with his wife and 5 children. I said I do apologize about that. To do the missionary work. His wife, Jackie, 44 years old, was arrested in her husband's death in Africa days later. According to the leaders to the Lake Area Vineyard Church in Detroit, a missionary organization, SIM USA. I came here, like I told you, the first part about a video I made about this incident. I said, when people send out, when churches specifically, when people go to do missionary work overseas, they usually have a church or organization backing them up, right? Specifically, if there's children involved, right? If anything, you need to have this team of people, support group, to know that we're here, whatever you guys need, right? We're here, checking up on them, making sure they're good, sending people probably to stay with them for some time. So I knew right away that this family had a big support system, right? Especially when they're moving the entire family over there. And yes, they work with the organizations this year, SIM USA, and their church here in the US was Vineyard Church in Detroit. Okay, but the church is as shocked as we are, right? Imagine, right? Because there's a lot of things involved when you're sending a missionary couple with their children, right? So it's almost like all these people probably praying for you and for you to do the right thing, and to be safe over there and all of that, and probably collecting money, doing donations and things like that. And then this shocking thing, right? Not only is the pastor murdered, but the wife arrested and accused of plotting the whole thing. That's crazy, guys. It's really, it tells you how, like I said, how bad the enemy is attacking anywhere he can, right? It says here, in an article published on November 7, the Angola Press Agency reported that 2 men were arrested in alleged murder for hire plot leading to the missionary's death. The article, which was translated, cited details provided by criminal investigation, which is under the supervision of the Angola Ministry of Interior. The apprehended suspect included a 23-year-old man and a 24-year-old man who work as a security guard at the missionary's couple's home. I told you guys they had bought a property over there, and they needed to keep that secure 24/7 to build some type of school or something, right, for their missionary work. And I said to you guys, when I learned about that, I was like, if they have to hire guards they buy a property and they have to hire guards just to keep the site safe 24/7, it makes you wonder what type of area are they living in, right? And they have security guards at their house. It's almost like this is what I'm getting out of this. It's like you hanging around people who are so no offense by any means. I'm just talking about every country has their bad neighborhoods, okay? Every country, no matter how safe people want to say their country is, everywhere there's a bad neighborhood, right? But when you're placing yourself there and you need 24/7 security all the time, it tells you that you're hanging around the type of people who are easily or probably not alarmed to crimes, right? And because of the need of living in a bad economy, I guess you can say, money makes things, go around. And some people, they might even seduce you, like, to get money and things like that, right? They get in your head. Okay, so this is why you have to be, this is where having a personal relationship with Jesus Christ comes in handy. Not only that, but we need it as a Christ believing person. You cannot walk around saying you are a Christ believing person without having a relationship with Jesus Christ. If anything, just giving yourself a label, right, to be look good for men. But if you don't have that personal relationship with Jesus Christ, the fear of the Lord is not in you. It's plain and simple. I think when you're playing with fire, meaning when you hang around people who are so easily, who playing with fire is kind of like their thing. They're used to having security 24/7. They know they need security guards in their house. It says a lot about your new environment and how you need to be careful about that, right? No matter how much they want to promise that they're going to do good for you, you still have to think about it like, let me see how, what I'm getting at is like, if you hang around too long with people who were in gangs and things like that, or now they're like, oh no, we're playing with safety and things like that, somehow that's going to influence you somehow. And before you know it, right, something's gonna lead to something else to happen, because influence is everything too. If you don't have your prayer life updated, I guess, up and running, you're gonna let somehow that influence take over for you, and suddenly things seems easy, right? And people promise you a lot of stuff, right? And they make it seem like everything's easy, and then out of nowhere, there you are forgetting what the reason you move your whole family over there. Out of nowhere, you always have to remember, when you start to do something and things don't go as planned, or things get misconstructed or something like that, always remember the reason why you started. Always go back to the original goal. And it's almost like looking at some of these pastors now. I don't mean to speak about pastors, but you look at pastors who have gone different ways, and you're like, what happened to you? Like, the reason you're a pastor is to share the gospel and lead people to the Lord. Why are you doing recording secular music? Like, what happened to you? Right? Makes people wonder, right? Always go back to your goal. That tells you, if you look at your life and you're like, what's going on with me? Always remember, if you're not doing what you set out to do, that means that you're out of alignment, I guess you can say. And it says here that according to the report, Jackie, the wife, is accused of being the mastermind behind the killing. It says here that the outlet cited suspicious by police that the wife and the security guard allegedly were involved in a romantic relationship, and Jackie had misgiving about leaving Angola once her husband's mission was to end. The Angola press agency reported that the missionary father was killed when he allegedly was lured to a remote area, and the suspects were pretending to have car problems. Such a setup, guys. It's so sad. It is so sad. I hate betrayal like that. I mean, I hate all kind of betrayal, but to be betrayed, even though, like, to be betrayed, and like, you must have some type of evil. And I do understand they're still doing investigation, all of that, but for you to know that your loved one, right, the father of your children, is going to be driven off to this remote area, and suddenly there's going to have car problem just so that they can be like, we're going to do what we got paid to do here. Like, and now you're going to fake it to your whole family. And you think God is going to sit around and be like, well, she did her best. Are you serious? It's 2024 out of all years, right? The year of exposure. Like, God is not going to just let you be, right? If this is true, everything that's being allegedly, right? Because like I said, they are still doing investigation. God is not going to let that God is not just gonna let her be, right? Well, she's a widow now with 5 children. God is not gonna let that just be like, oh, it's nothing. She got lied to by this man because of money and this and the other. That's crazy. This poor man working so hard over there in Angola to share the gospel, to do the works of the Lord. And now we're finding out that his wife was behind this alleged killing, paying $50,000, having a romantic relationship with one of the younger security guards. That's so crazy, guys. I feel for the kids. I'm sure they witness a lot of probably fights, a lot of miscommunication. I think a lot of people, a lot of PKs, right? They see that pastors' kids that they see their dad preaching, they see their mom preaching, and then when they go home, they're like a complete monster and they hate each other. That's crazy, and it's so traumatizing for children to experience something like that. This double message, right? I'm looking good to the world and then doing something completely different behind closed doors. And people think kids, they notice everything. Are you serious? They notice everything. They notice if you change your hair, if you're upset, they notice everything. Younger kids, imagine kids that are like 10, 13, or 14, like their age. The family children's age. It says here that the suspect were supposed to be paid $50,000 for killing the outlet. Said a knife alone with an Angola kwanza worth about $5,000 were seized as evidence, in addition to the vehicle used to commit the crime. Bill Schroeder, that's the pastor, had been a police officer in Detroit, a city of 10,000 people, for about 7 years before becoming a real estate agent. So here we are, you guys. It's extremely sad, the situation. I pray that the children are doing good. Okay, I pray that if there's a family member in the U.S. that's willing to just take them with them, I don't know about their grandpa or grandma, but any uncles or aunts, that they should just take them out of Angola, right, and bring them back. And what's gonna happen to the mom, we don't know. She probably gotta wait there until they do trial and things like that. But I think if you think about it, right, I always say to you guys, they've been there since 2021, right? 4 years. Why would they because people can say, they probably are lying on the wife to get the money or something like that. But why would they wait that time, not do it within the 6 months that they've been there? If that area where they're living is so insecure, right, which I believe it is, but for them to commit all these crimes, it probably something would have happened already. That's my point. I think something would have happened already if there's some type of a misaccusation regarding her, right? I think now the investigation needs to be about there's a security guy saying that they had a romantic relationship. So it's so sad. I wonder how everything began to change for them, and why usually when missionary work is going, I guess you can say, south, meaning that things are no longer working. I think I would think the best way to finish a mission, right, that is to come back to where you came from, right? Just end it and be you're not gonna do that anymore. But to have this whole plot of having him killed like that, it's just so sad, you guys. But like I said, when you hang around people who are so used to crimes and things like this, they probably convince her that nothing's gonna happen to her. Who knows, right? So let me know what you guys think about this. Thank you so much, everyone. for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Please keep this family in your prayers. Have a good night, everyone. God bless. Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and share. And if you want to know more about me, you can visit my website, Julissadesigns.com. Have a good day everybody. God bless.